My guy,
We can't
Charles
just push our starters in the garbage because of injuries, man. Hey, shout out to Charles, man. Shout out to Charles. Let me
Right.
see.
And now, you know what?
And Dad says,
Yeah, that's so y'all are starting to get on us, and I like it. I like it, and it's a valid, honest thought. And you're right. We can't just dump on guys that are starters that are good because of injury. I'm just being honest about how I felt. You know, I can admit that I think a lot of it had to do with the other factors. I'm gonna let y'all know something, man. I don't think y'all understand how bad Darren Waller affected me watching that man sidelines. I'm just trying to tell y'all, I've never ever in my life seen a dude not give a F like that in my life. And it bothered me. It bothered me to no end watching that dude pace the sidelines. No care in the world, dropping album after album, loss. I'm telling y'all, it affected me. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. That affected me. And I sit right between the 30s. I sit between the 30s. I have never ever. There's one game when, like I said, I took my boys to the Steelers game. I sat in one section right outside the club that game. I've never ever not sat between the 30s, and I'm telling y'all, it was the hardest thing for me to watch. It was the hardest thing for me to watch,
man. But I don't think that's kind of what's going on here. I think with Colton, it's actually something with that shoulder. And it's actually been keeping him out. That's what's getting me. It's like it's been keeping him out for so long.
How old is he?
Oh, he's getting up.
How old is Cole Miller? I think is he passing the rundown? Because at this point, like I told you, I'm ready to get rid of him while he still got value.
I see that. Yeah. And OJ says, I disagree. You do not get a top tier tackle. Come on now. Them motherfuckers don't grow on trees.
Guaranteed. No, they don't. I agree with that.
I agree with that one. That's the only reason I say you can't do it, because there's not a suitable backup yet. There's not a suitable replacement.
No, I agree. I agree.
I think he got like 2 more years, bro.
Yeah. And see,
like 2 years.
He just it really bothers me watching dudes sit on the sideline with no care in the world. He didn't do that, but it bothers me.
Raider Nation, Jason, what's the deal, man? What's the deal, man? Glad you can make it, man. Glad you're in the building for sure.
Yeah, he'll be on the Ultimate Raider Fan show here shortly.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah,
okay.
100%.
Raider Kojo says, I like Colton, but it's time to look at replacing him. Since 22, he's been average, especially since Nick Bosa put him in Jared's lap. That is a moment, bro. That is a negative moment.
Yeah,
that is a moment. Okay. So you gave me a crazy one with Colton Miller.
I know.
Colton Miller. That's wild. So I don't know if I'll go crazy, but I'll go to one that I think everybody can agree this is a need, and it's Tyree Wilson. If Tyree can give us just a sliver of that first round production, oh yeah, my goodness gracious! Can you imagine if he actually lives up to what the potential looks like? Can you imagine that? Like, I'm just thinking to myself, right? Like, we love Max, but this is just all truth, right? Like, when it comes to physical attributes, you would take Tyree Wilson's physical attributes over Max Crosby.
Every day of the week, twice on Sunday.
You look at you be like, oh my God, bro, which DN do you want? You look at Tyree Wilson, you be like, oh yeah, immediately. You know what I mean? But if he gets the technical part of the game correct, if he starts getting all that intricate little moves that Max Crosby can teach him, it's going to start getting ugly. Real ugly. Because now there's nothing you can't do on that defensive line. When you talk about switching, mixing and matching, you know what I mean, rotations, there's nothing you can't do if he ends up being the player that we need him to be. So regardless of it, man, I'm there with, I'm definitely there with Tyree Wilson, man. Tyree Wilson is a player that I think needs to have a breakout season.
100%. 100%. There's no question. I mean, look, I've already written his behind more than you can ever imagine. Pause. I'm turning a new leaf.
Okay.
For only one reason when it comes to Tyree, and that's because the reality is the kid was never ever supposed to even sniff the field, let alone be on it his first year. He wasn't even supposed to be out there. Maybe a couple of plays to get acclimated, things like that, see what can happen for him. But with that injury, there's no way to get yourself prepared for the NFL with an injury like that. And he just paid the price for it dearly. And I think he has the ability, and it's starting to show and shine. But he's going to be under a micro. You were the number one dude, and that's your problem. That is literally your problem. Thank your last regime for that, because that's what you got to deal with. That's just facts. You were drafted number one in the top 10. You cannot fail.
No,
you cannot fail. You're a top 10 draft pick. I don't know many top 10 draft picks that just fail and everybody's okay with it.
That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, like this. There's no reason to. You have the people behind you. You have the players. You have the coaches. It's time. You know what I mean?
Yep, I agree, man. That's so. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna keep it a buck. The fact that we got so many of these, it does give me pause for concern. Right?
I continuously said this, Turf.
Yeah, it gives me the understanding as to why we could potentially have a not so good season like some of the pundits state. It's very fast.
This is, remember, because when we were arguing, I think we were arguing about this on the syndicate about like what's the expectations. This is why I continuously say, like, just getting to the playoffs, winning a game, starting with that is good for me because of all of the guys that we don't know about yet. Like, you can easily put Malcolm Kuntz on this list. Easily. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, and I saw a clip from the 50-50 show. Shout out Pharaoh. Shout out Severe. Fire show they got going on for sure. But, saw something with that. And, Severe wants to lock up Kuntz immediately. And I understand the logic. You want to lock that up because of you see the trajectory and all that. But at the end of the day, I'm of the little section that says I done only seen 8 games. You know what I mean? That's I'm of that little section. You can call it whatever you want.
No, but the other truth about that is he's got literally one of the best dudes in the league on the other side of him. You better produce, bro. You don't have a choice. Like, 100%. No one's 100%. Doubling you all game. Nobody's ever going to double you. Ever. It's the last thing any team is expecting. No one's saying we got to double team Kuntz or chip him off. No one's saying that. So you got what you were supposed to get. So I'm not completely sold on him like that from that respect, because you got a hell of a supporting cast that got you to where you are. Show me that when Max is out. Show me that when you know what I'm saying, that you don't.
And that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? And I wanted to talk about this on Sunday, but we'll talk about it this Sunday. I'm just like, I like Kuntz. I do see what he can be, right? And I saw this comparison a lot, but a Hassan Reddick type of player, right? I can see that, definitely. But have I seen that enough for me to say I'm going to give him a bag right now?
Right.
I don't know. I've only seen 8 games. And of them 8 games, I would say still I would need to see more of a complete the end. And when I say that, I mean playing the run, which he did, but playing it consistently, right? I know he can get to the. I know he can rush the passer, bro. You don't have to tell me about that. I already know that. But if we're gonna pay him. Now, you know your boy Rundown, right? You know how I get down. It needs to be based on what am I getting. Am I going to just pay you for pass rushing? Then there's a certain dollar amount.
For second and third down. Yeah, exactly.
There's a certain dollar amount for that. There is a certain dollar amount for just paying just for a pass rusher. But if you want complete DN money, I ain't seen that yet. I'm sorry. That's just me. I ain't seen complete. Bro. You know what I mean? Like he wants the bag. I understand. But have I seen the complete game? You know what I mean? To this point.
Exactly. Like, yeah.
That's not saying that he will not give us that. I wholeheartedly believe that he can. But my thing is, if we're going to talk about paying bread, I can wholeheartedly see Tom Telesco like, yeah, we're going to wait till after the season. And everybody that's like, oh, it's going to be expensive. It's going to be expensive. I don't think he cares. I think that's what all the saving money is for.
There you go. And if you earned it and it makes sense to pay it, then that's what you do. I don't think people are having a hard time putting on their GM hat. You know what I mean? Because it's back to JJ for me on this. I'm telling y'all, even if JJ has the best year ever, it's 1 year. It's 1 year. And I'm telling you, it's just not going to be possible for him to keep that type of production up. It's just not possible. And it's hard to do this now. I don't think people understand the level of toughness it takes to even play 13 games, let alone 15 games. You know what I'm saying? 13 games, Leo. 15 games, like it's just gonna be hard, man. The league is the league for a reason. Yeah. Very little guys have the ability, right? Why do they have the good old saying, the best ability is availability? Right? Because, bro, you can be the best player that has ever touched the field, but if you're not able to be on it.
Yeah, honestly, man, it's like we just got to wait and see for a lot of these dudes. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's guys that you can easily put on this list. Right. But in needs, you know what I mean? Like some of these guys need to play well. Another guy, I could easily put it, but you know who said it up here? Could easily put it, but here go OJ, right? What about Diablo? Career. Let's take away the number one overrated stat in tackles, and the man is Buns, right? Look,
he might be the one that needs it the most.
I don't want to start to smear the campaign, but at the end of the day, I'm shining light on what needs to be shown. At the end of the day. And sometimes tough conversation has to be had. And I know, like I said it on Sunday, when we talk about Diablo, if the first thing you tell me is his measurables, we're going to have a different conversation. I know what he weighs and I know how tall he is. You know what I'm saying? I know that. I already know all that. Where is the production? Where is the growth in the coverage ability as well? Because that's really what I'm disappointed in. I'm not going to lie to you. That's really what disappoints me.
No, absolutely.
Out of all of it, I know I bring up that one play. It's funny. But what really disappoints me is like I was promised a safety that turns linebacker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's all. And then when I hear that, I say, okay, at least maybe the coverage ain't as good. First year, look, check this out. He's been with us how many years? How many years has he been with? Like 4?
Yeah.
4, right?
Wow.
I'll detail to you how I got to this moment, right? Okay, first year, he struggles a little bit, but I say to myself, he's a safety coming down from linebacker. You know what I mean? He might have to get used to the space. You know what I'm saying? He might get used to the space. And he had to put on a little weight. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, whatever, bro. Like, he'll get better. Boom, puts on the weight. All right, cool. He puts on the weight. Coverage still lacking. I'm like, he's not, what's going on? But he does get just a little better in the run. A little better.
Right.
Here comes the third year. The run defense does not increase. It kind of stays the same, right? Then you go from the coverage ability. You tell me, is it getting better to this point in year 3? All right. Now here we are in year 4, right? Which is this previous last year. right? Okay, boom. So from there, would we all sit here and say that was a good year for him? I mean, him personally. We're not talking about, oh my God, the defense did good. No, Diablo. Did Diablo
have some wild year? Right. Would you say you liked his ability and play better than Spillane or any other linebacker? No. You can't. You can't.
No, you can't. It was okay. It's mid. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's terrible, but it's mid. You know what I mean?
It's as mid as it gets.
The best grade I would give him for last year is probably a C. You know what I mean? C- maybe.
I think I don't recall what his grade was.
Yeah, what is
I'm not gonna lie. I know that's hey, can anybody tell me what I graded Diablo? I know I gave him a grade.
Share that episode. I'm gonna find it. You put it somewhere. Hold on. I'm gonna find that. What was Turf's grade?
It wasn't higher than a C. I can tell you that.
That's the highest I would go.
He
now
might
the lowest,
have C minus or a D.
Somewhere like a D. I ain't gonna.
It wasn't good. I gave him a D. Yep. I gave him a D.
Okay. Hey, look, there you go.
Thank you, Leo. We appreciate you, man. That's TRS right there. We know our stats.
I want to get it from the chat, right? Like A through F. Where would you describe Divine Diablo's performance last year? A through F.
Yeah.
Just a quick one, right? Because if we're in year 4 and the highest I get is a C, you know what I'm saying?
That's an E. It's a problem.
You gonna need to have a breakout year for sure. Jason says a D, right? Leo, what's your grade? I want to know Leo's grade.
Yeah, I gave him a D. I know I gave him, and now I remember and recall.
Shout out Cool Kid. He says move Diablo back to safety. Too late for that now.
Big. Yeah, he's too big. He can't run. He can't run like that. Not like a safety.
Raiders are playing it right. You don't pay a player on flashes. Correct.
100%.
100%, Charles.
There you go, Charles. You know we right on that. We right.
100%. So Raider Nation says D. McDaniel draft class slowly fading away. Yeah. A little bit.
Slowly.
C minus or a D from Beezy. All right. SoCal style. What's the deal? Glad you can join.
That is my deal.
We are grading Diablo's performance last season, A through F. So far, I've gotten Turf gave him a D. I gave him a C minus. Jason gave I gave him a C minus, and I'll be the one talking the most.
And C minus is generous from you.
Yeah, I'll be the one talking the most.
That's generous from you, bro.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I show graciousness at certain points. John Leone gave him a C minus, right? So all of this, C. This is my problem, right? We're in year 4. You're in year 4,
bro. C minuses, nah.
Come on now, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Like it's
average on the job when there's a dude out there that's
6'5", man. Shout out to him, man. Saw a comment from him earlier.
Hey, solid, isn't it,
man? That's a fire name, bro. Fire name, bro. Couldn't get to here, but yeah, bro. Agree. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is a great question, OJ. Great question. So why is this linebacker room not the greatest concern? Dude. Because honestly, from what you have in the linebacker room, I put it like this. This is the reason why I'm not concerned. This defense that the Raiders play kind of masks linebackers to a degree. Right? Even last year, for as much as I'm talking about this room, they weren't. I mean, yeah, they're an issue. If we had better coverage linebackers, we'd be a better defense. That's why I continue to say this. But at the end of the day, right? We're okay. We're mid. So we'll be hovering around that 8 to 7 range as far as like top 10 defense. You know what I mean? Because our linebackers aren't going to be the greatest in coverage. So we're going to hover around the 7 to 10. That's where we're going to be. Yeah. Until we get better coverage linebackers, then we're going to start talking about a top 5 defense. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we're not there. So that's what I'm not sure. But what about you, Turf? What's your answer?
Bro, the more and more I think about this stuff, the more and more we have these conversations, I have great cause for concern, and I think it's valid in a lot of reasons. Um, right now, the only thing on defense that I'm actually really truly comfortable with, you know what I mean? And I mean comfortable, like whatever y'all say. It's the D line. Anything else? I don't have that confidence.
Like 100%.
I'm being honest. Today, y'all are absolutely bringing it out, bro. I'm really starting to have.
Oh, y'all bringing the heat today, man.
Yeah, and it's the chat. It's the chat that's really showing me what concerns me, because they are bringing up such valid points that I can't refute, and they're right. Like, we're still playing with bust guys that are halfways, tweeners, and all this other stuff that, you know what I mean? Most other teams, they got their middle linebacker, it's a middle linebacker. They don't have some converted safety slash. And we have to be honest about this. No matter how you feel, bro, we got dudes that's playing linebacker that was a safety.
Yeah.
How do you just dismiss?
Bro, we still playing with this. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
still playing with it. Now, that's the key. We're still playing with it.
Now we like Spillane. To me, I like Eichenberg, but he's got to prove he's a rookie. But
yeah, he's a rookie.
Linebacker is not really too hard for me for him to get on the field and see some time. It's not, you know what I mean? He can see some time if he gets the scheme, which I think he will. I mean, being a captain at Ohio State, as long as he was, you know what I mean? Like,
he's ready. I think he will be ready. Like, yeah, he will be ready.
He's a ball player, bro. Like, mark my damn words. I've been saying this since we drafted him, and Turf already know. I've already said, bro, he ain't going to show you nothing in no shorts and shirt. He's a ball player, bro. And when I say that, I mean, like, you got to get the dude in pads, bro. Like, when you get the dude in pads, he's a different human being. You know what I'm saying? Like,
friction becomes frictionless.
And there's dudes like that, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You've been around football enough. You ain't have to play it, but if you've been around ball enough, there are just some dudes, bro, that are just like,
they just got it.
You know what I'm saying? They just football players, bro. Just give me the pads, bro. I don't care about none of the shorts and all that, bro. Just give me the pads, bro. Let's work. Like, you know what I mean? And those are the dudes that AP has got on his team. You know what I mean? So mark my words, bro. You gonna hear something when the pass come on, bro. You gonna hear Eichenberg name, bro. I can feel that.